Hey everybody, welcome to this week's programming. This week we're starting off Monday with some conditioning. So we're going to do every 2 minutes on the minute for 20 minutes. You're going to do 15 wall balls to start each section. So that's 10 sets, 10 times 15, that's 150 wall balls. Starting off each set with 15 wall balls, and then you're going to do one power clean, one hang power clean, plus one shoulder to overhead with a barbell. So if you have any kind of like shoulder issues going into this, maybe knee, hip issues, but specifically in the shoulder area and the barbell is just a little challenging for you, then maybe we do these with dumbbells. Maybe there's always a way to scale these things down. We don't want to work out in pain. And I have talked to so many people, and I don't know if it's just like a rite of passage or you feel aches and you just can't miss the gym, but trust me, I feel my aches and pains all the time. And some days I know barbell in my hands is just not going to work. So I'm going to do stuff with dumbbells, and that's okay. The workout, we can still make it a great workout. We can still find the stimulus for you, even using dumbbells or kettlebells or something else. So with that, 15 wall balls at the start of every 2 minutes, plus one power clean, one hang power clean, plus one shoulder overhead. Doing this, we're going to start off at 50% of our 1 rep max. So a great thing about this is that we can partner up. One person starts on the 0 mark, the other person starts at the 1 minute mark. And we can slowly work up together, because the goal is to only add like 5 pounds a set, because you're doing 10 sets. By the end of that, you're adding 45 pounds to it. So if I start off with 135 pounds, I'm going to end at 180, 185. That's going to be very challenging with this complex. If you want to go about 10 pounds, we can go about 10 pounds. If you have like a 300 pound clean and jerk, you start off at 150 and we go up 10 sets, starting by 10, that's going to be 90 pounds. By the end, that's 240 pounds by the end of the workout. So just keep those numbers in mind as we're building up. 15 wall balls, one power clean, one hang power clean, plus one shoulder overhead. Start 50%, adding weight each set, keeping the wall balls the same. Now, if you know carrying 150 wall balls, 15 wall balls every set, if you know you can't do the first set unbroken, there's a couple of things we can do. One, drop the weight. Drop the weight to something that would be considerably light. Because if I'm doing this, I know I'm going to get done with 15 wall balls in 40 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. Like, they're going to be fast, they're going to be smooth, they're going to be efficient. But I've done hundreds of thousands of wall balls over the decade and a half. Some of you have not, and that's okay. Maybe we scale that down to 10 wall balls at a lower weight. You get it done in 30 to 40 seconds, and then you still get that barbell experience, and you're still done underneath that 1 minute time cap. So just keep that in mind as you're going. Tuesday, we got strength. We're going to bring back a favorite for a lot of people, functional bodybuilding from Marcus Stilley. We're going to do the banded hold single arm bench press. We're going to set the band up underneath the pull-up bars. We have the bench set up. You're going to do 8 to 10 single arm dumbbell bench while we're pulling that band down to our chest on each side. Then we're going to superset that with a supine grip. So palms up, bent over rows. Bent over rows. So then we have a 20-minute AMRAP, 20 single arm dumbbell alternating power, hang power snatches. So we're going to do 10 with our right arm, 10 with our left arm. Then you have 5 strict pull-ups. Then we're going to try to get in some GHD sit-ups. We're going to do 20 GHD sit-ups. We only got 3, so we're going to have some people start off maybe on the GHD, some people start off on the dumbbell. Power snatches, hopefully we'll be fast on transitions to get that done quickly. If we don't have enough, if you get over there and it's taken, we can do one weighted med ball sit-ups or med ball V-ups. Great alternative. Regular V-ups, another great alternative, or PVC pipe and max sit-ups if you're going to challenge your core. Then from there, we're on Wednesday. We're on more of a conditioning piece, interval style piece. We're going to see what the heat's like this day. This might change depending on the heat, because right now in the weather, when I was looking at it so far out, it was showing mid 80s, but we know that can change. So if you see a change here, it's because the heat index is increasing. We're going to try to make it a little bit less intense. Now, every 5 minutes for 30 minutes, you're going to start off doing 12 line-facing burpees, jump up on the pull-up bar, 12 toes to bar, and then we're out the door running 400 meters. 12 line-facing burpees, really good and efficient at them, anywhere from, say, 30 seconds to a minute. That's really fast on the 30-second mark, and that's just kind of nice and steady. On the low end, that 1 minute. 12 toes to bar, if we can keep those unbroken, roughly 15, 20 seconds. So now we're looking at that 45 seconds to a minute 15. Then we have a 400-meter run, which is roughly a minute and a half to 2 minutes. So now we're looking at that 2:45, maybe 3.5 minute time mark. Get to rest at 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then repeat that effort. So we're going for a repeatable effort, 6 repeatable efforts today. Trying to keep those runs consistent. The line fixing burpee is going to spike our heart rate. Those toes to bar is going to really fatigue our core, so it's going to affect our running mechanics. We'll try to keep those mechanics and keep everything under control, nice steady pace. Trying to keep set 1 and set 6 within 5 to 10 seconds of each other. Thursday, we have our front squat, back squat. We're getting up heavy, getting towards the end of the summer surge program. 1 front squat plus 2 back squats, working up to a heavy set of that today. Some of you might reach a front squat PR. Some of you might be holding off on that and maybe waiting until next week or the week after that. But we're still keeping it every 2 minutes and 40 seconds for 5 sets. So you're going to get a lot of rest for these. You're probably going to have like over 2 minutes of rest in between to really push the limits on sets 3, 4, and 5. Specifically, maybe set 4 and then set yourself up for success on set 5. Never that, we're going old school, traditional girls workout, something that we don't do often. I actually really like this workout, even though in the history of me as a competitive athlete, I was not very good at it. Deadlifts, I was great, but handstand push-ups, I sucked. And then I got better at handstand push-ups. Nowadays, my handstand push-ups are better than my deadlifts, even though I can't lock out my arms, but they still feel easier than the deadlifts at 225. 21, 15, 9, 225, 155 deadlifts and handstand push-ups. For our really good athletes in the gym, really fit ones, we're looking at doing this unbroken, maybe 2 sets on everything, maybe 14 and 7 on the deadlifts or 7, 7, 7 on the deadlifts if those are going to affect your handstand push-ups. Or if you're great at handstand push-ups, we do 14 and 7 or maybe unbroken, and then we're breaking up the deadlifts even more. So 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3. I'm a big fan of that. Now, if you struggle on both ends of it, and strength can be challenging for you, but also handstand push-ups, maybe just doing fast singles on the deadlifts and then trying to do 3, 7, 7, 7 on the handstand push-ups, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3. Or trying to keep even smaller sets, maybe 3s across the board on the handstand push-ups. There's all different kinds. Every athlete has their particular way they probably should attempt this workout. So if you got any questions, hit me up, ask your coach. We'll be glad to help you out. Friday, we got another conditioning piece going to be similar to Wednesdays, except a little bit longer. This one, you might recognize something in the middle. They call this lactic bath, and some people call this the devil's triangle. That's old Jim Jones reference to this. Going every 9 minutes for 27 minutes, so just 3 sets. Doing a 500, 400 meter ski erg, right into a 30, 20 calorie bike, right into a 500, 400 meter for the ladies rower. Once you get done with that, you're jumping up 10 bar muscle ups. This section in the middle, we are going to test this in a couple of weeks. This, for the top end folks, can be done in 5 minutes or less. A majority of normal human beings is probably going to be 6 to 7.5 minutes, depending on how efficient you are doing these and how well you can go from the bike to the row. Then the 10 bar muscle ups, some people might do those unbroken and be done in 40 seconds, and some might take them 5 sets of 2. It might take them a minute and a half. So even if it takes you a minute and a half, say it takes 6 minutes here, and then it takes you a minute and a half here, it's 7.5 minutes, so you're going to have 2.5 minutes or 1.5 minutes of rest to repeat that effort. But just like on Wednesday, this is interval training. We want to try to maintain consistency across the board. 10 bar muscle ups, that's challenging for a lot of people. Maybe you just give yourself a time frame. Maybe you give yourself 7 minutes to do as many bar muscle ups as you can so you can get 2 minutes of rest in there. It's going to get really, really tough if you just working for 9 minutes, working for 9 minutes, working for 9 minutes. We want that 6 to 7 minute mark, or 6 to 7.5 minute mark to be ideal. But I put this up here for a reason, because every now and then we need to do workouts that challenge everybody in the gym. And if you're not doing bar muscle ups, we can do jumping bar muscle ups, banded bar muscle ups. We can do low bar jump to support over the low bar pull up. Either way it goes, we'll find something that works for you. And then Saturday we have a long team workout. A lot of you are going to like this one. 600-meter run, so going all the way down in the curve and back, 30 clean and jerks at 135 and 95. We're going to do squat clean and jerks. Then you're going to do 120 double unders, then 30 burpee box jump overs. Then we have another 600-meter run. You're going to do 20 squat clean and jerks at 185, 125, 120 double unders, 20 burpee box jump overs. Then another 600-meter run, 10 squat clean and jerks at 225, 155, 120 double unders, and then 10 burpee box jump overs. So ideally here, we're looking at 50 to 60% of our 1 rep max for the first set, 60 to 70% for the 20s, and then 70 to 80, maybe 85% of your 1 rep max at the last set. That's what it should be. We should not be reaching failure here still. This should be something that you can do even under fatigue. We're not trying to max out our squat clean on a heavy team conditioning workout. That's this week's workout. If you got any questions, hit me up. I know we got a lot of people living on vacation. Jess and I are going to be living on vacation at the end of this week. So I'm going to keep all the 75 bodyweight workouts tagged in the newsletters. Check those out. I'll keep the travel snack guide pack in the newsletter. Keep checking that out for your travels. And y'all have a great week. Need anything? Always here to help. And I'll see your names on the leaderboard.